Okay. Is it fixed now?
I think it's fixed.
Okay, yes.
God. I was like, oh my gosh, feedback. Okay, I think we're good now. All right,
Like
so
Inception.
hey, Stephanie. Okay, so this is our first work with us because it's a work in progress, but this is our first book club discussion, and we're doing 50 Shades of Grey. You have it on your phone. Nice.
That Kindle or that Amazon commercial you showed us the other day, I was laughing so hard because
Oh, God,
I was
those are
reading it
awesome.
on my Kindle so that nobody would ever know that I was reading this book.
Yeah.
And the other two.
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay, so I brought up some quotes from the book.
Okay.
Oh God, some of these are just awful. And I read the book like months ago, so I know y'all reread, some of y'all reread it, and I haven't.
I had to because it was years ago. I mean, I read it.
I read it when it first came out.
Because everyone was talking about it, so I'm like, I have to read this book.
How
even
long
though
has this book been out for? I thought it was
wasn't
like
2011 or 2010.
Like the dates in the book are all 2011, and it came out pretty quick. I'm pretty sure it was 2011. I guess I could look.
Yeah, I want to say 2010 or 2011.
What's the guy I can hear? What guy?
Oh,
is
that's my husband. Sorry.
Okay. No, I was like, is he joining the conversation? Tell him to get over here.
No, he has never read the book. Never will.
Oh goodness. Yeah. Okay, so I was gonna go see the movie the other day, but I didn't get to yet. Have any of y'all seen the movie yet?
No, and I will probably not waste my money and just wait till it comes out on cable.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come out on Netflix because if it's as bad as I'm imagining that it is, then I assume it'll be on Netflix within a couple months.
Yeah,
and I will
not wasting my money.
But my part of me really, I feel guilty about saying this, but I do want to see it. I'm not happy about the character choices, or the actor choices. It's just not. It kind of ruined it for me in the second read because I like to imagine, who I think these characters should be, and then when you put a face on them, it was like reading a totally different story, and I could not love them as much as I did the first time because they had faces
I
that
think
didn't
he's
belong to
Weasley, and I thought their choice was Weasley. So
I thought
I'm
so
okay
too.
with that. I mean, I think their choice was, but I thought his character was a total weasel.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Yes, I mean, I could almost see the Anastasia character. I know that it's what's her name? I totally forgot.
Dakota something. Yeah.
I could see her because she's
she's
supposed to be kind of, like plain and innocent and,
And I
and
wanted
young.
to punch her in the face too.
Yeah, she was kind of weaselly.
But the Christian, they just got all wrong.
Yeah, I
Her
wanted.
book. I wanted to throttle her and punch her in the face.
What was
whole
the guy?
time.
What was the guy everybody wanted, and I wanted him to? Ian.
Ian Summer or something.
Oh, I heard a lot of people say they wanted.
My husband just yelled his name. What? Summerhalder.
I thought he said Summer Bottom. I was like, what the hell? Pretty sure that's not it.
One of that guy from Sons of Anarchy. What's his name?
I didn't like him either. I didn't think he was right.
I didn't see him. He was too manly. I thought he was way too manly for that.
Who's Charlie Hunnam?
Hunan, yeah. No,
Oh,
I thought
okay.
he was way too manly. Yeah,
Charlie who?
balls.
Okay, I'm googling Charlie because I don't know who that is. I'm bad with actor
Anyway.
names.
No, he was too manly.
Go ahead and load your.
Oh yeah. I saw he was one of the
I
runners
think,
up
don't
too.
get me wrong, he's hot, but I just don't think that he would be a good choice.
It's really hot.
Really?
Yeah, he's hot.
Like really?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have wanted to see him naked, but I don't think he would have been a good.
Oh, that's a
Yeah, I
Sons of
don't think
Anarchy.
so either.
No, he's hot, but I don't think it.
No, I don't think he would make a Christian Grey. I don't think he's a good character choice. I just think he would look good naked. I think that's the only reason why people would have wanted him in the character, just because he looks good naked.
So, all right. Jen and I reread the book. Beth read the book a long time ago.
Oh,
Megan,
wow.
how far did you get into it?
I only got to like page 75.
And I don't blame you. It's
oh god. I guess I just got sucked into the hype of, you know, it's good, because that's what a lot of people told me. And I'm like, even the first page, I'm like, I hope better, because this is like somebody could have written this in high school. That's kind of how I felt.
Oh, and I would have flunked them in my high school English class if they turned the paper like this.
There were a few sentences that I had to read over again, because I'm like, this. How did this get edited? Like, how did this pass?
I would have fired my editor if they handed this back to me. It was that bad.
Oh, I tried. I got to the first sex scene, and I was like, okay, maybe, like,
I laughed through every sex scene. I wanted to.
I honestly, even through the first book,
that bad.
I was like just skipping through them. I'm like, okay, yeah, I've read this before. Like, they're repetitive, and as you get further into the second and third book, they are
of my thighs, my honest Rico choices.
Yeah, I think there's some kind of drinking game where you like take a shot every time she says "my inner goddess." You're like,
oh god,
it's bad. It's really bad.
Drink,
Tanya, drink.
My kids are in bed. This is my drinking time.
Stephanie said, "But your inner goddess is doing cartwheels."
Bad. It's so bad.
You keep saying goddess. I have to keep drinking.
It's so bad. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to watch the chat. I need to go back to that.
Oh, you're fine.
Sometimes the delay throws me off, so it's weird watching.
I know. Me too. I'm like,
video.
oh god.
I'm like, that's not me. I can't watch that.
I'm trying to think back when I read it. I need to tell my sister to get on the stream, because my sister actually loves this book, and that's fine if you do. But I did skip ahead to all like the sex scenes, and it was repetitive. After the first few, you're like, okay, it's kind of the same stuff. But my sister loved it. I was more
interested in the story.
Right.
And especially the first time I read it, I really fell in love with like the story, and I wanted them to I wanted it to work out for them. I wanted them to be a couple. I wanted them together.
The story is evil.
Bad. It's a marshmallow read.
No, it's awful. It's awful, and it is poison to little girls everywhere.
I agree. I agree.
No, story is bad, because you know what? It's 50 Shades of Grey. It's evil. It's rotten, because you know what? Men like that are awful. Men don't change. Men that are that screwed up don't change.
Yeah, it's clear that this is pure fantasy.
Yeah.
Because men that are that screwed up will hurt you. They do not change. And if anyone is listening to this public service announcement, men like that who are that screwed up don't change. You cannot be that sweet, innocent, and naive and change these men. They are screwed up in the head, and they will hurt you.
Unfortunately.
Okay, end of my soapbox, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. They are not going to change and become these nice, sweet little puppies you can tame. This doesn't happen. They're that screwed up in the head. You can't fix them. They need therapy. They don't need you. Thank you. I just can't say that.
I was talking to my friend about how it's amazing how rich people can get away with so much crap. I was like, if somebody was like me, was texting and emailing her, it would have not gone that way whatsoever. The cops would have been called.
There's jokes about there's like memes and stuff about that. Like if the guy was a garbage man, he wouldn't have gotten away with this. You know, she'd be calling the cops. But because he makes $100,000 an hour, then it's okay, because he can buy you an Audi and a closet full of clothes, and it's cool if he wants to spank you in his red room of pain.
No, if this dude looked like Danny DeVito, he'd be in jail.
But there are a couple things that I wanted to address. Like, I've seen a lot of people complaining about how there was a rape scene in the bedroom. and how she had said no, and he ignored her and threatened to gag her or whatever because her roommate was there. And I just reread the book, and I reread the book for these exact reasons, because that did not happen. Like, there was a point where she had just got back from running when he came, and he went to take off her shoes, and he was gonna like kiss her feet or something, and she's like, you know, thinking, you know, oh God, I just came back from running, and she says no because she doesn't want him sucking on her sweaty toes. But like, who doesn't? Who would say go for it at that point?
Yeah.
So that didn't happen. She never once said, no, I don't want this. She was like, just like, ew, that's gross.
Right.
But the rest of the time, she was all for it. So that's debunked. That did not happen.
And, and also, I have to admit, I hated it a lot less than I did the first time. And like I was telling Tanya, I think it's because I've read a lot more crappy porn because of the free crap that's on Amazon that you read. You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of desensitized me to crappy porn. So, that being said, it wasn't quite as bad as the first time that I read it, but it's still a sorry excuse for literature. It's not good literature, but it's still not as bad as people make it out to be. I think it's just become the thing that people like because it's popular right now in the movies. It's what people want to pick it and say, "Oh, this is horrible. Let's all jump on the bandwagon and hate it."
Because it came from, you know, Twilight fan fiction, people are going to want to tear it apart. And I admit, the first time I read it, I pictured, you know, Edward and Bella and Alice like in these characters, and it's all I could see. You could just tell that it was written as fan fiction and the characters that she had in mind for it. So, yeah, I can see why people wanted to tear it apart. Especially people who were really in love with Twilight, who, like, didn't want this to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally agree with what you're saying about communication. And that is exactly why, if you talk to anybody in the S&M community, people who are truly part of the whole BDSM community, they hate 50 Shades of Grey. I have a friend who's a professional dominatrix, and I actually talked to her about 50 Shades of Grey because I knew we were going to be doing this broadcast. And she told me that everyone that she's talked to, because she never even bothered reading the books or seeing the movie, they hate this movie and they hate the books because it does such a disservice to the community, because communication is so key. Because that's how you build a good relationship, and you cannot have a good relationship without communication, and you cannot, I mean, it's just, it's key. You really cannot engage in any sort of healthy behavior without communication.
Yeah.
So that's just how everybody feels about it. So yes, I totally agree with you on that. But that being said, it wasn't quite as awful as they were saying. But yes, I totally agree with you on that point.
Yeah, because, you know, another thing that people are picking on is that, like, he would ignore the safe words. Well, she never said any of the safe words in any part of the book. They were never mentioned except in the contract.
Right, because yes and no are going to happen all the time. And saying yes and no, that's part of the play. That can happen all the time. You can say no, 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 no. That happens. When you're playing, that happens.
You establish safe words.
Yeah, and that's why you have safe words. But their communication was horrible from day one. They never had good communication, and that was a big part of their problem.
Did their, like, playtime go beyond that room? I didn't get really far into it, and I just read, like, the cliff notes, and it didn't go into much detail about it.
Yeah, it was just all messed up. They did not have a good BDSM relationship. It was so messed up, it's not even funny.
It seemed like they kind of mixed, like, her wanting a relationship with his just wanting it to be the submissive dominant thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And they did, because that was like her whole, you know, I'm innocent and I'm new to this and I want more, and him trying, you know, like, I'm so in love with you without saying that, you know, it was implied that he was going to try to do anything to be with her and vice versa. So she was willing to accept certain parts of this BDSM relationship, and he was willing to accept part of this, you know, vanilla relationship in order to make it work. And
And he was just
I don't know. It was. I don't really know like much about BDSM culture, and I've never been in that kind of a relationship, and so I don't know. I honestly, I don't even know what a freaking flogger is. I'm gonna actually have to look that up.
Oh god, I'm so afraid to Google stuff that I'm like right on there.
I'll do it.
But see,
look it up.
The thing is I like that's usually all I ever read is I think this book has gotten so much flag because all I ever read is like I can hear Jay. All I ever read is like I call it paranormal smut.
Couldn't do half the things.
Mm-hmm. But it's usually not. Oh, Debs wants to say hi to everybody. Hello. It's usually not as hardcore as this is, but I mean, I think it's just gotten so much. Like, do people not realize that these books are like out there all the time?
Yeah.
Like, this is nothing new.
Well, this is they get as much attention as this did.
I'm impressed. I think this is the first time it's really gotten mainstream, and if anything, I think it's good that people are finally talking about some of these things. So I'm glad that it's finally brought some of this to, this has gotten your average housewife finally talking about floggers and spreaders and those kinds of things that they've never talked about before.
Yeah.
A lot of people have never heard about some of these things. I mean, okay, Megan, do you know what a spreader was?
No, I still don't, and I don't know if I want to Google it.
Okay, we'll talk later.
After tonight.
So I want to know, like the people that are on chat with us. Did y'all already normally read books like this, or was this like the first time y'all read books like this because you heard it, because a friend told you about it? Because I had already been reading kind of like dialed down books like this, but then my sister was like, "Oh, you got to read this," and that's why I started reading it.
I have a kitty. This is Corin. Nobody ever gets to see him. This is a rare glimpse because he doesn't like other people.
Oh, he's adorable.
He has sensu beans.
I'm just stuffing my face while we talk. I'll be on.
That's all right.
Am I the only one drinking? Really?
No, I'm right here.
I've got mine. I'm doing energy drink first.
I want to point out for the record, I did not drink this bottle tonight.
I hear you.
My sister bought this for me on Friday, and it's taken until tonight. I have like a glass and a half left.
I'm drinking vodka and Sunny D.
No,
I've never had that with Sunny D before.
I just wish that she had explored it in a much more healthy direction. I don't think
the author had much experience with it because I remember
it was very obvious she hadn't had any experience with it.
Yeah, she was. My husband was very, very. What did she say? But he was willing to experiment with her, so I think that they were just trying it out, and then she would like beef it up.
I wish she had done more research and had explored this more, and then really presented it in a more healthy direction. That's my only beef with it. I mean, heck, I'm all for smut. I mean, y'all know me. I'm pretty open about that kind of stuff, and I'm cool. Hey, let's explore. Let's try new things, and I think it's good. I think it's great that people have decided to check it out, and that's cool. But let's explore it. Yes, it is healthy to get your ass beat. You think it's fun too. You've never complained about it. You smacked my ass plenty of times. And that's all good.
I had a mouthful of wine.
Finn put his headphones on. He's like, yep. That's funny.
Comments from the peanut gallery.
All right, Beth, you said you had some quotes.
Okay. Let's see what I got here. Sorry, guys, I'm eating. See, I found these. Okay, I found these. Jeez. I found these at Walmart. Off topic, but these are really good. Okay, they're cinnamon pita puffs, but they're multigrain. Oh my god, they're so good.
Okay, you want to see something that's like totally not healthy that Jay brought home that is like oh my god good?
Oh, I love
and
Bugles.
salty Bugles,
Oh.
chocolate peanut butter.
Oh,
Oh my lord!
I don't think I could do that.
It's really no. I only had 2 because it's like the last thing in the world I should be having. But oh my god!
Oh my god. Today is mine and Chris's like 8-year anniversary, and we went out to dinner, and I'm doing this new calorie counting app. Like, it's called S Health. It's on my Samsung phone. And like, I've allotted myself like 2,000 calories a day. Just my lunch, it was like 3,000 calories. But I knew I was going over today. But we went out, you know, so.
Congrats
oh.
on the 8 years. Hey, hey, hey.
Thank you. This is actually, it's not our wedding anniversary. Our wedding anniversary is in December. But we don't celebrate it because of Christmas, and, you know, we spend all of our money on the kids. So this is the anniversary of our first date, and when we like officially got together. So 8 years.
Yay!
Yay.
So did you guys do it on your first date?
Oh my god! All right, let's get back to the
It was
quotes.
the anniversary of a lot of firsts. That's all.
Yes, you did.
There's a funny story that I'll tell you guys later, but not.
All right, let's see what I got here.
See, I'm dangerous to have lives.
That's why before we did this, I was like, do we really want to do this live with Jen? Do we really want to do this live? Okay, let's do this live. All right. Okay, here's one. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Jen,
things John. Oh my god. I think Ashley is on the thread. Is this Ashley? Things Tanya's cousin does not need to know.
You don't need me drinking on a live podcast.
Alright, okay. Are y'all ready for some quotes that I have for you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready to Google them anyway.
You ready to Google them? Alright, so this one's by Christian. Okay.
Yeah,
This one,
seriously.
yeah, I remember this one. Okay. He says, I want you sore, baby. Every time you move tomorrow, I want to be reminded that I've been here. Only me, you're mine.
Is that
So
at
there
the
you go.
beginning?
I don't know.
I think so. That sounds.
Yeah, and that's where I
familiar.
bend him over and peg him.
I don't think Christian could handle Jen.
I don't think so, in it. Okay.
No.
My inner goddess is jumping up and down, clapping her hands like a 5-year-old. I don't think we should talk about 5-year-olds. And
What?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that 5-year-olds should ever come into context when you're talking about
No.
DSM.
No.
That's so bad.
Okay, here's a quote talking about how Jen was saying you can't save them. This is a man in need. His fear is naked and obvious, but he's lost. Somewhere in his darkness, his eyes wide and bleak and tortured, I can soothe him, join him briefly in the darkness, and bring him into the light.
Shut up, you stupid woman.
Run.
Run!
Now, okay, playing devil's advocate here. Remember, this girl was a virgin. She is never been in a relationship before, which, I mean, she's 22 years old and she's never had like a high school boyfriend or anything. Like, you could tell this is just all fantasy. Like, from
Shut
day
up,
one.
stupid girl. Run away.
But
Run far, far.
100% innocent, and then, you know, of course she's going to make excuses for this rich man this rich, beautiful, godlike man that she loves who's emotionally screwed up. So, he's got issues, and she's going to try and save him.
Ugh.
She seems smart.
I know, that's what threw me off too, because she did seem like she was. I mean,
She
she's
seemed guarded.
She has a
and-
just because you're book smart, though, doesn't mean that
No,
you
she's
have
smart but
street
emotionally
smart or common
delayed.
sense or romantically smart.
yeah.
Plenty of
Turns into hooker
very
in
smart
35
girls
seconds.
have fallen for guys and, you know, have been stupid over guys in bad relationships, you know.
I did that once. Once.
Yeah, well, I can say I did it once.
And I don't even
Ex-husband
remember.
for it.
Okay, I did not read I don't know. I don't know if we should talk about. Well, I guess we're talking about the books. Can we talk about the third one? Because I don't know how it ended.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we
read them all.
continue on to the second one? Because, I mean, I don't want to... I know that the first one ended on a cliffhanger, and some people may have only seen the movie, and I really don't want to... I don't want to ruin that. So I don't know if we should go past the first book.
I'm never going to read them, probably, ever, or see the movies, unless it's free.
Don't, you'll lose IQ points. I felt like I did.
Yeah, at the end of the book, the first book, she did end up leaving, but then it was, like, nothing else beyond that. According
she's
to
stupid. I told you, I wanted to throttle her. I have never...
And that's how the book ends.
Yeah, I've never wanted to hurt a main character in a book so bad.
But you know what? You're supposed to be proud of her because she left
I wanted
this
to
very
hurt her.
abusive man, and you know, for her own safety and her own emotional. And actually, that's not even true because she, you know, that what happened was they were in the Red Room of Pain, and she was like, "Let me know how bad it could get," and he spanks her 6 times with a belt, and it's too much for her. So she goes off into her room. He apologizes, and she's like, she looks like she's about to forgive him, and then but she says, "I love you," and he's like, "No, you can't love me. That's not supposed to happen." And that's what ends the relationship. Her realizing he's not going to let himself love her, that it's not going to go any further. That's why she left, not because he spanked her.
Yeah.
And it was too much. And that, you know, I had forgotten about that. I thought it was because she was like, "I can't take this. This relationship is just too crazy."
They're cool with us talking about the third book, and I actually want to know what happened because I hated
Bella too.
I didn't read the third, so I want to know what happened.
Okay, I read the third,
Yes.
and
tell me.
Want to just skip straight to the end? No,
Yes.
I got to tell you,